Hey, what's going on YouTube? And welcome to this week's episode of Tuesday Preppers, where we take a look at the in-game news for Final Fantasy Brave Exvius and talk about what kinds of killers and materia and abilities and weapons and things you can equip to get you ready for this week's content. And finally, we're back to having some content. I'm pretty excited to talk about it. So there's actually two things we're going to be talking about. One is the Xenogears World of Visions event, and then the other is the new unit that just kind of surprised everybody today. So let's talk a little bit about Xenogears first. So the event is right here, to liberate God. And if you scroll down into it, we know this is the World of Visions event. And here's what you need to know. The World of Visions event for Xenogears, based on the wiki in JP, was all machine and one machine beast enemy. So pretty much you're just gonna need lots and lots of machine killer and some beast killer along the way. And the cool thing is that, like, what I love about World of Visions is that you generally have to put together lots of different teams to tackle everything. Or if you've got one really strong team, sometimes you can clear everything with one team. But everything is a weakness at some point. So every element can be used at some point during this event. For some people, that's really challenging. For some people, that's not very challenging. I personally think these are a lot of fun. These are my second favorite piece of content after Clash of Wills. So some good news here. Lots of free gear, lots of stages, and we can see right here that this is a shared rank 1 event. So everyone between ranks 1 and 1,000 get 10,000 Lapis. Hopefully you can get that 10K. And we're going to do everything we can to try and help you along the way as far as getting that, as well as all these other rewards, which is really, really fun. So like I said, lots of free gear, some accessories, a hat, an armor, and a couple of abilities, one of which is not looking so good compared to what it used to be. I'm going to miss this when the event goes live, sadly. Yeah. So yeah, here we go. So we're going to talk a little bit about what you wanted to fight. So if you look here, you can see a list of all the enemies that we're going to be facing. G Elements, Hammer, Deuce, Amphisvina, Opiomorph, True Weltall, and Deus again. So let's take a quick look at what all of these are. G Elements is a machine that is weak to thunder or earth. Hammer is the one enemy that is a machine beast. So Hammer, you're going to use wind and ice. Also, there's a note on the wiki that this boss will counter physical attacks, so just kind of be ready to deal with that if you're taking physical units. And then Deus, the sub-boss, is a machine weak to fire and dark. So you can already kind of see you want lots and lots of machine killer. We're going to talk about where to get some in just a minute. Some other bosses here. Amphisvina is a machine weak to thunder and light. Opiomorph is a machine weak to water and light. And True Weltall is a machine weak to dark and earth. There was a note on the wiki that True Weltall will also hit you with a preemptive berserk attack. So depending on your strategy and your setup, you might want to have like a provoker who's not really contributing to your score, and let them just like soak up that provoke, or soak up that berserk. That way you can kind of like take care of the fight and don't let that mess up your strategy. You know, prepare for that. You're gonna get hit with berserk. Then the final boss. So the final boss is where a lot of this really comes in. A lot of the sub bosses can be capped very easily. Then the final boss is Deus again as a machine. Now, the cool thing you can do with this is you can bring whatever element you want. There is no inherent weakness, or at least there wasn't in the Japanese side of the wiki. The tricky part is that this is the one that, like, depending on your setup, you want to really hit very, very hard. And so you'll want to know more about what the boss does to kind of prepare for that. So I've taken the liberty of typing up some of the boss's actions. On turn, it goes on a 5-turn rotation. Turn 1 is going to use light magic AoE, non-elemental magic AoE, hybrid damage, MP drain AoE, and a full dispel on the party. And then turn 2, it will use light magic single, status effects on the whole party. It's going to hit you with 8 random status effects, physical AoE attacks 2 times, and then dispelling the boss's own personal debuffs. So if you break the boss on turn 2, it's going to remove those breaks. And then on turn 3, it's going to use light magic single again, light magic AoE, physical AoE 2 times, and then buff its own stats. Turn 4, it's going to use non-elemental magic again, light magic single target, and physical AoE 2 times. And then physical AoE 3 times, non-elemental AoE twice on turn 5. So the most dangerous turns, I would say, are turns 1, where the boss is going to hit you with non-elemental magic and MP drain. And then turn 4, where it's going to use light or non-elemental magic again. So those are really the two main that you want to focus on. Depending on what type of team you're planning on taking, you can deal with this in a number of different ways. Most people are going to probably try and kill on turn 5, so they never see that 5th turn with the non-elemental magic again. But if you go to turn 6, it just starts this whole rotation over again. What I can tell you as far as like my team that I'm planning on doing first, I'm planning on doing a light team. And I'm going to be bringing Bart, because I do have Bart as a leader. Bart's going to take care of our physical AoE with Mirage stacks, so we're good to go. And then I'm also planning on bringing a tank. I'm planning on bringing Ash, because Ash can do a machine killer buff for the party and for a big single target. And she can maybe help us keep safe from that non-elemental magic. But I think you maybe don't need to have a tank. We'll see how it goes. Maybe you can do more damage. Well, you can definitely do more damage without one. But I'm planning on bringing Bart with a tank. I'm going to be bringing Neovision's Ash. And then Stern, Celeste, Prompto, and either 2B or Deity of War Tyvis. And that's going to get us through, hopefully, the fight. So I'm looking forward to it. And we'll do that, and then maybe after I get my initial light clear done, I'm gonna probably switch over to a dark team. So yeah, that's kind of what you need to know. And then the real question is, how do you gear for all of this? So let's get this out of the way and switch over to our killers. The main one we want to talk about is Machine, of course, and there are several really good ones here. You can get Machine Eater Sense from Dullahan Advanced, or if you want a throwing weapon, you can do Scorn of the Legendary Stag for an additional machine killer weapon. But there are some really, really good TMRs and STMRs as well for Machine Killer. Anti-Armor Tactics from Cal is 100%. Mechanic for the Royal Family is 100% machine. Valued Memories and also Vortex of the Past and Hatred are both 100% beast and machine. So those are really, really good for this event. Last Guardian from Noel is another big one for physical only. And then there's lots of like 50 and 75% materials and things like that. So the big ones I would say are Anti-Armor Tactics, Mechanic for the Royal Family, Valued Memories, Vortex of the Past and Hatred. As far as Beast Killer goes, there are some good ones as well. Beast and Machine are both really common. You could do the Artemis Bow, Beast Killer Plus, Raphlesia's Beast Eater Sense, Cerberus has the Beast Killer Plus and the recipe for it. Death Machine has the same thing for Machine Killer, the plus and the recipe for it. Again, Valued Memories, Vortex of the Past and Hatred. Gao's Cape, the Exeter from Final Fantasy VIII has both Machine and Beast on it. The Arcane Bracelet from Nora has both Machine and Beast Killer. Really, really good stuff here. So this one is, I think, not going to be so hard to gear for, depending on what units you're taking. Hopefully having some conversation around those killers is going to help you kind of get ready, as well as putting your teams together. The last thing that I wanted to talk about here really briefly is just that we are getting a new unit. So they showed us here in the news, we are getting Phantom Thief Zon starting on May 23rd. And they show us that we have a step up, a special vision card on it. Raid ups for Deoxys, Cursebringer Nelica, Lady Shantoto, and Blades of Black Flame Reagan. They're also on the allied step up summon for Zon, and there you go. So they do. Before I even go there, before I even talk about what Zon has, I want to bring up something that, to me, a little concerning though, and that is how you're going to acquire him. So let's see here. Here we go. So his vision card step up. So just to get this vision card is 28,000 Lapis. If you skip the vision card, it's 22,000 Lapis, which is like just to get through the first 5 steps. You do get a lot of goodies along the way. 5 tickets. You get some VIP coins and guaranteed Neos and STMR exchange tickets and exchange tokens that cannot be used to get fragments. Very important to note because he is premium. But along the way, that's going to be 22 to 28k. And then if you scroll down to his regular step up, this step up is per lap 9k and also gets you 2 tickets. Now, you have to have 17 tickets. So the price on a premium unit has gone up a little bit. We're looking at between 76 at the cheap end and 82,000 Lapis to pity this unit. And why that's an issue, in my opinion, is that since he is an SLB unit, his rotation is based and locked into your EX level, And as a premium unit where you cannot buy fragments, you cannot get them from exchanges, you cannot do blah, 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 good luck. Like, that's really, really bad, in my opinion, to have a premium SLB unit and have the price go up that much. Like, I don't have enough Lapis to pity that unit. And so I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of leaning towards not. But I do want to see a couple of things before I make up any final decisions. Here's the good news. So what we know from this is that he does have his projected mirror skill. And this is the thing that most people were really excited about when it came to Zon. It's where he takes any buffs that are attack, magic, defense, spirit, elemental resistance, LB gauge fill rate, status ailment resistance, stop and charm resistance, physical magic damage, buffs for races, elements added to physical attack, HP MP restore, auto revive, all that stuff. And he takes it from himself and just shares it to the whole party. So that's really, really cool. Please note this does not apply to Vertex abilities. Interesting. That's really cool. But here's the real question. So, like, will he have the rest of the support kit that made Mastermind Zon so special? They labeled this unit primarily as a breaker and an attacker. And Mastermind Zon had these abilities where you could steal buffs from the boss, you could steal buffs from your allies, and like over the course of a few turns, like load up on all these goodies from different places, and then use that projected mirror to pass them all around. If this Zon does not have that, then that's going to be kind of bad. Like I assume that like he will have the rest of the stuff. I assume he'll have all the skill stealing and all that fun stuff that he had. I doubt he'll have the full support kit that he had, but in the original Mastermind Zon form, he had like this like multi-stack mirage. He had a skill that you could hide the whole party. He had a skill that you could seal magic. He had a skill that you could do breaks. He had a skill that you could like hit the boss and steal things. Like he had a lot of different things that he could do, and I'm really curious to see what the rest of this unit's kit is going to be. Like, does he have fields? Does he have any buffs? Does he have any really unique skills other than projected mirror? And then the big question that I have is, what content are we taking this unit to? He's a Clash of Wills unit, but we do not have a Clash of Wills this month. And we know that we could theoretically get a bulletin on June 1st that tells us more about what he's gonna be taking, but like, what's that gonna be? Like, is there gonna be Clash of Wills there? Who knows? What are we taking this unit to? What do we really need this unit for? Obviously, he's gonna go pretty well with the dark team. He does. They do mention here in the skills that he has this like really big. Reduce dark resistance for all enemies and fill the morale gauge. But this unit is not a Neovisions Plus unit, and he's classified as a damage dealer. So, like, what's his damage going to be like? Are his breaks going to be as good or better than existing Clash of Wills breakers? Why do we want this unit? And I think what's upsetting about that, or disappointing about that, maybe not upsetting. Upsetting is a strong word. Disappointing is that like all we get is like this little blurb here, right? There's like not a whole lot of information. I'm really surprised that there wasn't a like live stream to discuss and hype up this unit ad that players voted for. Who knows why that's the case? Why we didn't get any kind of news or information about this unit other than this right here? I think kind of a missed opportunity, but maybe there's a reason. I would just love to know what that reason is. His vision card seems great for what that's worth. This is what's weird to me. His vision card boosts machine, beast, and human enemies by 50%. So killers for those three. We just had Clash of Wills that was beast, human, machine. Is next month gonna be beast, human, machine too for like the third time in the past couple seasons? Like, what's that about? We know why this vision card, this is the one that's on his banner. We know why this one has machine killer because the Xenogears is all machine killer, right? But like, what's up with these killers? Is this going to line up with like what the next Clash of Wills is, even though we just had that combination of races for Clash of Wills? I don't know. Either way, we've actually got stuff to do and stuff to talk about, so hopefully it's been useful to think about these units, or this new unit and the bosses that are coming out. Again, I'm pretty concerned about this price tag, 76 to 82k. Like, this unit better be banging if you're going to be talking about 76 to 82k. on a pity for this unit. I'm personally like gonna probably hold back until I see what the video summons do and what June 1st brings as far as new content. But like, that's expensive for my blood. You know, Gert don't go chasing premiums for a reason, and that's it right there. That's expensive. It's got to be really worth my while to do that. The unit's really got to be doing a lot for me. And while the projected mirror thing is really cool, I want to see what else he has going on before I get too excited about it. But that's it for right now. So hopefully it's been useful to talk about these bosses again. You know, basically machine and machine beast for all of them, and then you're going to need lots of element teams, which is really, really exciting. And then of course the big final boss, machine, bring whatever you want. There's your boss actions again on a 5-turn rotation. So hopefully that's useful for you and you can come up with some fun teams. What teams are you thinking about bringing? Are you thinking about focusing on like fire? Are you thinking about focusing on water, light, dark? You know, what are you planning right now? I'm curious to see. I shared in a previous video what my team basically looks like in my Bart pulls video. So hopefully, you know, that gives you some idea of what we're thinking about. Also kind of already talked about what my team does based on this boss's rotation. And that's it for right now. I'm gonna go tonight. I normally stream on Tuesday nights to do Tuesday preppers. Lately I've been playing Final Fantasy 3, but tonight we're expected to get some really serious weather in my area, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stream because of that. So I wanted to go ahead and record this and get this out there for you guys to think about and talk about, just in case I don't get to stream tonight. In the meantime, you guys be good with each other, take care, and be safe out there if you happen to be in the area that's like supposed to be getting a bunch of severe weather tonight like I am. And we will see you hopefully on Thursday for World of Visions. Take care, guys.